Today we're doing a baked potato bar. This is the perfect game day spread. Hi, I'm Tara with Simply Made Eats and welcome to my channel. Today we are having a baked potato party. I made chili last night and I couldn't think of a better idea than to make a bunch of baked potatoes and you can load them up with all the toppings. This is perfect for football season, so let's get started. We're gonna get started with a big old bag of russet potatoes. I like to use about 10 or so, but just plan it based on how many people are coming over. I like to plan for at least one potato for every person. We're gonna give those potatoes a nice wash and dry, give them a little scrub with your fingers, and then pat them dry with some paper towels. Next up, we're gonna preheat the oven to 425 degrees, and then we're gonna get our potatoes wrapped in foil. You also wanna melt 4 tablespoons of butter, or you can use olive oil instead if you'd rather use that instead of butter. We're gonna be using tinfoil sheets to wrap each of our potatoes. I just have 1 per potato, and make sure you make them big enough like this, so that way it wraps up everything. It keeps all the butter and salt in the package, so it makes it so good. I'm gonna be using a silicone brush, and what you wanna do is just take 1 potato, stick it right in the middle of that foil. Then we're just gonna give it a nice little brush with butter. I like to do the top and bottom. And then we're just gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of salt. I only had a little bit of flaky sea salt. That's what I like to use like for the whole thing, but I had to use a combination of sea salt and then flaky sea salt. Then once you get it buttered and salted, just go ahead and wrap it up. And we're gonna stick it right on our cookie sheet. Then just continue with the rest of them. I remember when I was little, like we hardly ever ate fast food out, and I remember I used to love going to Wendy's and getting a baked potato with chili and sour cream on it. It was so good. Once we get all of our potatoes wrapped up, we're gonna put them all on a cookie sheet, and we wanna bake this at 425 degrees for an hour. Next up is the fun part. We're gonna get ready with all those toppings. We are gonna really load these potatoes up. We've got bacon, peppers, onions, chili, cheese, everything you would want for a loaded baked potato. If you're still here, make sure to give this video a like. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for new recipes every single week. Now back to the video. First, we're gonna get started with some chili on the stovetop. You can just do a low heat and just let this simmer until those potatoes are ready. We're also gonna chop up some onions and peppers. I'm just gonna add these into a skillet on about medium-low heat with some olive oil. I'm also gonna add in a little bit of salt. These are gonna cook for like 8 to 10 minutes until they're nice and browned. Next up, we have our bacon. I'm gonna cut this into about 1-inch pieces and then just pull them apart a little bit. Add them to the stovetop on medium-low heat and then just cook these until they're crispy. I like to transfer them into a paper towel lined plate when I'm finished, just to drain all that grease out. Okay, so after we're done warming up our chili, we've cooked our bacon and we've cooked those peppers and onions. We are just gonna do some chopping, shredding, dicing, all those things. And just to keep this in mind too, like you don't have to do everything. These are all just ideas, so don't like get overwhelmed with all the things going on. I'm also gonna be doing some salsa. We're just gonna pour that right into a bowl. I like salsa on potatoes, are good. And then I'm gonna be shredding up some cheddar cheese. I am just using cheddar, but you could also use like pepper jack if you like spicy. You could really do any kind of cheese here. It's fun to do a couple different variations too. But we would just want to shred that up. We're also going to be chopping up some cilantro. We have green onion that you want to slice on a bias. We also have a lime that we're going to slice up. And then we're just going to unpackage some black olives. And we have jalapenos, and then of course, like the classic toppings, like butter and sour cream, we also have those. Yeah. Hutch is very interested in all the toppings right now. He's about to get in trouble. Okay, so I'm gonna let my baked potatoes cool for like at least 20 minutes before I take them out of the foil so we don't have burning hands. And then I like to put them on a large dish like this, like a circle. Charcuterie board's fine too, but remember you're gonna have heat, so just make sure that it doesn't get messed up from that. And then you wanna just unroll these potatoes. And see, they're still pretty hot, but they're not gonna burn my fingers. We're gonna unwrap all of these, and then we're gonna really get our potato bar ready. Also, one thing, if you guys can find like those, it's like, I don't know what it's called exactly. It's kind of like a basket, but it's like a paper basket. I know sometimes Hobby Lobby has them. It's like a paper plate, but it has like those edges on it. That is absolutely perfect for this recipe. And then I usually just do like plastic knives and forks and spoons, just so it's easy at the end. I can just throw everything away. I'm gonna take a paring knife and just slice through them just a little bit, just to get people started. And we cooked them for a full hour, so they are all really cooked perfectly. I hate when you pull a potato out and you like slice into it and it's hard still in the middle. That's the worst. If you guys want to check out too, I have a post on my website with Traeger baked potatoes. You can cook them on the Traeger instead of in the oven. Okay, and then I'm just gonna surround them with our ingredients. We've got our chili, our peppers and onions, cheese, bacon, olives, cilantro, green onion. Next, we're gonna add our limes. We've got some butter, jalapenos. Then we've got sour cream and salsa. You guys, how good does this look? What a spread. Don't forget about the plates, and make sure you have things to serve it with, like forks, knives, so people aren't like digging their fingers in. That's no fun. I hope you guys love this one. This is a really good party meal slash appetizer. It's super fun. If I went to a party and they had all this, I would be super stoked. I just built my own potato. It looks like there's not even a potato in there. I have so many toppings on it. This looks so good. I can't wait to enjoy it. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already for new recipes every single week. I love sharing them with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this baked potato party, and I hope you decide to make it at your house. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye! So good. Way better than Wendy's.